I'll see if y'all come in. Mm-mm. I'm gonna see if y'all come. I guess I was talking about something. They want me talking about collective. Mm-mm. Hey y'all. We can do a recap. Oops. Yeah, they cut my live off. No, what I said, but they yeah, they ended the live, or they ain't never happened on me, so whatever. I think the last thing I said, they had people in your house, and that was confirmation. That had to be the truth, because that's when the laugh. Soon as I got to saying that somebody was in your house, the whole laugh went off. So that's my ancestor telling me, yeah, that was the truth. They sent people in your house. That was nothing but a confirmation. Yep. You sitting up here, and I can speak on like certain things because y'all are part of my collective, and I sense that. I sense that this whole community, all these people that worked up against you, oh baby, you gonna be all right. Y'all gonna be all right. You stay true. You stay true to you. You gonna be all right. Should nobody been in your house? Should nobody been in your house? We gonna do a recap, y'all, because they cut me off the last live, or was I was talking about somebody AWOL out of the service, or somebody working for crooked cops? Why was anybody in your house, collective? Everybody that was involved, they know the clock ticking. Let's do a recap from the last laugh. Y'all can go back in the last laugh and see last. Y'all gonna have the last laugh, okay? We're gonna do a recap, y'all, from if you in the clouds, come on down. Don't be a supporter, not surveillance. Support, not surveillance. Okay. Okay, but it says cover something that protect or shelter. Something very significant about a home, office. A transsexual can be involved in something. Somebody can be a transsexual, modified with this external sexual organs. And I feel like these people went far into poisoning people. Okay, it says your home space. Hire to employ for pay. So somebody could have hired somebody to go into your home. Okay, an eyewitness. Somebody could have seen something. Somebody could have been an eyewitness for some type of case or something. Take a resident, leave it on collective. But it was an eyewitness. Somebody seen somebody go in your home. You could have something on the camera. Somebody who these people was working with is telling all the tea. That's what I really feel. You gonna exit rich. It says somebody think you're eye dropping. It says BFF, best friends forever. Overshadow to make dark. So somebody could have, if you had good friends, and you know if you had fake friends. Okay. It says every rose has a throne. They kept poking the lion. You're too raw for them, collective. Trust yourself. You could be seeing 111. Thanks for the balance, collective 3333. A covenant. It says covenant. A formal binding agreement. So somebody was doing some type of binding magic on you. They could have did that through contracts, through things you're just signing, and you think it's something that's very simple. Doing binding agreements. Okay, it says never chase what's running from you. People, you don't chase. Some of y'all feminine, y'all attract. Y'all don't chase nobody. Somebody losing themselves trying to keep up with you or something you got going on. It says hiding out of sight. Your childhood was a war zone. Evil minded, having an evil disposition or evil thoughts. Work in the medical field. Somebody can work in the medical field. Sent you a hex through the mail. Postpone to assign for a later time. So I feel like you could have switched up your routine or something and it postponed something that somebody was doing. It says journalist, a person employed by the newspaper, magazine, or radio or TV station. It says a social program, think tank, an institution, a corrupt institution can be involved. Somebody can be corrupt. They work for a certain institution. It says think tank, an institution, corporation, or group organized for interdisciplinary research. For flamboyant, so this can be this flamboyant transsexual is a flamboyant person, likes to attract attention. Someone wanted to put you in the fog, a state of mental confusion. Some of your ancestors is still with you. It's something very significant about fireside chats, powwows. Okay, it's something you're remembering about your childhood. It says powwow to exchange viewpoints or seek advice for the purpose of finding a solution to problems. Video game program lawsuit. It says you stay out the way. These people wanted to control you, the way that you think, the way that you feel, what you eat, who be around you. Questionable. You knew some things was questionable. Some of y'all are not yes men. You ask questions. You just don't agree. That will always been you. You ask questions. You just not gonna be like, yes, yeah. No, you ask questions. Okay? You embrace jade for harmony, wisdom, balance, and protection. Okay? But yeah, collective, somebody was doing like it says icon, a person or thing that serves a symbol of something else representing quality. So some of y'all iconic, you know. Let's put it from the tarot. Yeah, but this little social experiment, whatever they had going on, hacking devices, hacking your phone, putting cameras in your house, sending people in your house. Yeah, look, your creativity. Tap back into your creativity. You know, it's a certain way that the people wanted to draw you out to be, wanted you to look a certain way. All this shit is falling, collective. This social experiment, these social gatherings where they trying to act like they, coming together for meetings and they discussing you. A whole round table, your name in people bedrooms and boardrooms. Yeah, it was a certain somebody got some bad advice from a woman that supposed to been a wisdom. This person gave somebody some bad advice. Yeah, you out here in this seven of coins, you focusing on yourself, your self-love, self-care journey. Some of y'all focusing on your health. Your health is connected to your wealth. These people is all in your medical records. All types of stuff, just doing that most. Yeah. Collective, you got real friends that got your back. You don't need many. You just need the right ones. You see? That's gonna celebrate you. That's rooting you on. I feel like it's you like three friends. Like some of y'all, you could have like had it could have been three because this said this BFF, and then you just out here by yourself. It could have been like two people that these people wanted to break you away from, collective. This was a part of all of this whole community. They went deep. They did shit that they know they shouldn't have been doing. Going in your childhood, trying to control the narrative to things that they don't have no control over. When people, come on, you can see through the real. Someone name could be Richardson. It says never downplay how far you came, collective. Yeah, shortcomings. You celebrate your shortcomings. You ain't ashamed of nothing. Somebody could have a business in DC. Yeah, somebody lost. They not able to find something. They lost. They lost track of themselves trying to keep up with you. It says publicity, news. It says newsworthy information released to the media. So somebody could be a journalist or somebody could be in some type of spotlight. You got Rico out here. Someone name could be Rico or somebody gonna catch a Rico. Because they did just how much these people did. You all in people's house, putting cameras in people's house, sending fake agents and shit into people's house. Overlook what was in their face. Yeah. Back then they didn't want you. Now you hot, they all up on you. They ain't give you a chance back then. You was the odd one out or whatever this is. But you was the chosen one. Someone name could be Tony, Tori, Tony. Yeah, it says float. Moving on. I told y'all the floaters is my uncles and spirits. Float. Float on. I know, that's what I said, collective. Soon as I got to talking about somebody putting stuff in people's house, it said it went blank. So I had to start over. I didn't even get a chance to, to name it. I just picked up where I left off. Y'all seen that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You said your father named Tony? Yeah. So yeah, these people was they were trying to manipulate a situation to control or to take advantage of. Yep, and you woke up the other side of the awakening. Yeah, that's what I named the last live. The other side of the awakening. Some of y'all had to wake up to who y'all truly are. You hold the torch, a flaming light made of something that burns. You hold the torch. You liberated yourself. And then we say something about New York the last time, and it was like you hold the torch. You liberated yourself. You Lady Liberty or whatever it is, but you ain't got to carry people on your damn back, and your feet ain't shackled to nobody. You ain't shackled down to no ground. You can fly. Some of y'all could be fire signs. Hold your torch. Your torch is some tarot decks is the torch, the wand, whatever which way. The wand, the torch. Check your fire placements. You liberated yourself. But these people they played PUSSY and got F. Okay? Mini bar, small refrigerator. Some very significant when you guys was on vacation or something. Be careful with hotel rooms and certain spyware. These people, that's how they getting down. Yeah, they ruined their stress collective. A police officer was involved in something. It says police officer, a member of a force charged with law enforcement at the local level. So your local police departments could have been involved in something. And y'all started to see once y'all left certain places. Somebody could like Wyclef. Someone's name could be John. Yeah, it's your success. Your best revenge is you being successful. It says success, favorable or desired outcome. Your success. See, they didn't want you to succeed, but you planted your seeds in great rich soil, and you are growing. You're going to be successful. You're going to succeed. All fake friendships, all fake people. You ain't got time for that. Them sending monitoring spirits, not willing to tell what happened. People know what happened when certain things was happening to you in your lifetime. People know what happened. They know what happened. Take what resonate, leave what don't. Collective. It says offshore, all away from the shore. So some of y'all could be by large bodies of water, or you need to get by large bodies of water. That's gonna help you purify your energy. It says when to others should have came to you. Whatever this was about, they should have came to you. They shouldn't have went doing a whole damn treating you like a science project, research study. This is what they was doing. Trying to program you to a certain reality. And I feel like some of y'all identity, certain things was sealed. Because if they really would have went deep and deep and deep and deep into stuff, you would have been seen the corruption. You would have been synced it. Now you just stepped outside of certain portals, because some of these cities, they smart cities. They've been under surveillance. Like if you know business, when certain surveillance stuff came into our city, like when I was from Detroit. So they had used green lights and stuff. And it was like before I shut down my office space, I didn't run a business after a certain time. So I didn't have to pay Comcast or Xfinity for my building to be on green light because I was an office. But clubs, that money goes back. That green light go to the police department. They got certain people that can't handle authority. You supposed to be using your job to protect and serve, but you sitting up there harassing people. People you ain't like in high school and shit. People you ain't like in elementary school. This is the shit that they do. Somebody can have a STD collector. Somebody can have herpes. These sex cults coming down. It says, not the only one. You're not the only one that they had under this surveillance, whatever this was. And that's what I was seeing too. Like that's when I just shut down. I'm like, I'm not about to fight to be a part of nobody community and I don't feel certain stuff. They try to run you out, gang stalk you, give certain people recognition that shouldn't even be getting recognition. You ain't asked for recognition just to be yourself. You ain't asked for approval. They tried to come and take me out before I can get my doors open. I came to give back, to build a legacy somewhere. But they say a prophet ain't accepted in their own hometown. But that don't mean you send nobody to put cameras in nobody's house, or you send people in people's house without they okay. They know what they did. Everybody like the truth gonna come out. Everybody that was involved, everybody that thought your life was a joke. Okay? It says not hers. A con man or a con artist was involved. These was con artists. Special delivery. They even had your mail carriers. You could, people with certain jobs to do stuff that was in on the plot. Look, then we say New York before this lab went out. Somebody can be from New York. It says New York, Vice. We got New York, we got Nevada, and we got DC. And I got something very significant about Surveillance Collective. Like they moved NASA to Mississippi. Trump approved like to move NASA to like Mississippi. Mississippi could be significant to South. People be wanting you to look over there, but you should be looking over here. You ain't stupid. Ain't nothing incompetent about y'all. I don't care who in the back trying to act like you slow. Nah, you just caught on to people bullshit. And people know that they got, man, I'm telling you everything that they were doing. Some of y'all could be going through menopause. Okay, it says menopause, the period of life when menstruals stop naturally. So it could be some older energy. Push button, car purchase. Something very significant about y'all vehicles. Be careful with the vehicles and stuff. America's most insecure. These people insecure, collective. It took all these people to come up with group studies and shit just to go up against one person. Yeah, it says no go, low down. They ain't getting no pass with something that they were doing to you. It says no fucks to give. Yeah, collective. Revolt. No fucks to give. Revolt. It says an act of one's rebellion against authority or feeling of disgust. So yeah, this can be like authority figures that was they could have said like you was revolt, you went against authority or something. That's why you needed to be watched or something. It says put on misleading someone. Yep. So somebody misled all these people to go up against you. And man, I'm telling you, especially people all in people's houses and doing like illegally investigating, doing rituals on them. It says rituals, repeated action or series of actions performed in accordance with tradition or a set of rules. So somebody was doing rituals on you. Somebody was doing rituals on you. Send people into your house to get certain information. Someone that could be Reno. It says public servant, a person who holds a public office. So yeah, y'all had local, state. Y'all had politics, street politics. All these people that was involved in this treated you like you wasn't nothing. You was a damn research study, a free survey research study. Like as that they researching you, ain't nobody getting paid. You ain't no damn free Muse. It says you fund your purpose. They mad. Ain't nobody found you nothing. You funded your purpose. You didn't take no backhanded money from nobody. You funded your own purpose. That's why they mad. You independent. You grassroots. You took your own money and did whatever it is that you're doing. You funded your purpose. And that's why they mad. They big mad. It says native. One that is native, a person who belongs to a particular country by birth. Like they say, you're native New Yorkers, native Detroiters, certain stuff like that. Native. Somebody could be a $5 whatever. These was cultural battles and nationality battles. People living off other people. All this shit falling. Native. It says one that is native, a person who belongs to a particular country by birth. So these people had you under research studies since y'all was younger. Public office. The only people that win is certain people that's a part of certain courts. You stop voting for that shit. Because you seen how fake everybody was. A witty remark and laughter. This person got a certain laugh. They was using politicians in certain things. Some of y'all native Detroiters. What we heard that and back in I did a research that when I was going to school. That was the first time I knew it. I wasn't talking about no damn $5 Indian and all that shit. We was taught that like this is your home base. This you're a native Detroiter. That's what we were taught. But people go on the back and you want to make jokes because people educating themselves about stuff. Nobody said people knew everything. But what's wrong with people educating themselves? Ain't nobody cleaning up for $2 and $3. Well, everybody want to sit in the back and make jokes. I ain't the one, baby, because I got an elephant of a memory, and I ain't no cow. You ain't milking me with your witty remarks. You love yourself first, collective. You don't look back. Keep going. The Most High got you. Your ancestors got you. You ain't nobody down research study. Lay away to put something off for future use. A lot of people thought that they was going to put you on layaway. Oh, I put collective on the shelf. I'll come back to get them when I can. Now, they can't afford you. Yeah, these was leeches, collective. A leech. No return. No return. Live of another. So yeah, these was the leeches. They ain't getting no return on whatever they invested in because they was leeching off of your energy. You know who you are. You just didn't chose to be no product of an environment. You produce good things. You ain't gonna keep on planting seeds in contaminated soil. One shit growing there. But people egos and they disrespect and they unhealed childhood traumas. Putting fake programs together like they standing for people. And it be your own kind sometimes. That'd be the worst. Yeah, only see you collective. Somebody only see a you collective. Somebody don't have a lustful eye. These people had lustful eyes. Your name's still in their mouth. Hideout. A place of refuge. Not people on the hat and hide and stuff. Someone name could be India. Motion. It says motion, the act or an instant of change in positions. So you got motion. Yep, it says somebody was only looking to have a good time. Some of y'all are all on jets and airplanes, and you seeing the world. You ain't got time for this because the whole place to turn. Thanks for the balance collective 6666. Some of y'all like y'all left is a madhouse, a place in a great uproar. They was too toxic. You like, man, y'all can have that shit. Like, ain't nobody dealing with that. This a madhouse. They don't know what to do. It's all out of control. It's a madhouse. They too intoxicated. Hard drugs. You ain't got nothing in common with these folks. It says nothing's true. This person is a liar. So whoever this person was that was wanted to be the head captain or whatever this smear campaign, whatever this is, they a liar. And they done burnt the whole house down. They messed up the church's money. Whatever the heck they did. It says there was a note left there was a note left to her. So like you was the heir of something. People have life insurance policies. Some of y'all didn't know your mother, certain fathers. Some of y'all had job like say for instance, your daddy, you never knew your daddy. People knew of you. Whole communities worked up against you. You was mama's baby, daddy, maybe. All types of stuff. You had certain side of your family, community, everybody going against you, didn't even know you since you was little. All types of shit. That's why you was told to leave. Special delivery. Somebody could be pregnant. Or somebody gonna deliver some type of information to you. Yeah, it says influence by others' opinions. These people can't think for themselves. Is you passionate, having a strong sexual desire? Somebody like a okay collective. Yeah, it's your passion. These when it all falls down. Iconic home. Okay, it says breakdown, physical, mental, or nervous collapse. Yeah, these people having a breakdown. Somebody could be a content creator. People having a breakdown. And whoever that y'all used to, certain employers that y'all worked with, they was stealing money. People was holding back certain funding and stuff for you on purpose because they wanted to humiliate you. Somebody could work in some HR department. Somebody works in HR, but the difference between being an entrepreneur when they call and ask for the boss and the supervisor is you. Some of y'all was your own HR department. You did your own payroll. You don't have co-workers. You signed the check. You funded your own purpose. That's where they messed up at. You was grassroots. You was independent. So should nobody even been speaking on nothing you were building? Okay, they did spells on your children. This sad. They did spells. They work on children, so they harness children energy. They was harnessing children energy, organ harvesting, energy harvesting. Big corrupt corpse corporation. Don't you hear corpse? When you hear entities, when you start businesses, those are entities. Some people work with entities and deities. Rituals. Yes, hex. Somebody can live in Toronto. They wanted you in ICU. Hex, ICU, Toronto. Over there in Toronto, you don't have presidents, you have ambassadors. This is the only place where we got presidents. So somebody can be over in like native to Canada, from Canada natives or certain things like that. Somebody can be over in Canada. Some of y'all can be from Michigan, arm reach. How many times you been to Canada? If you stay in Michigan, how many times y'all been to Canada? If you stay in Detroit, how many times you went across the bridge? They was even watching you then. $3 million. You worth the line. Hey, at the end of the day, baby, when you get done with people, 3 million or more. And it ain't all about the money. It's the principle. It's the principle. Okay, it says real love will never put you in harm's way. Somebody name could be Nick. This Nick energy keep coming out in my cards. Yeah. Real love will never put you in harm's way. And you ain't chasing nothing. It says always show up for yourself, collector. Can't nobody say that they love you or they got love for you when they sat back and put you in harm's way. That ain't love. That's hindrance. You ain't got to down nobody for a come up. And don't put me in harm's way for greed. But they did that. Somebody can speak Geechee, Gula Geechee. Some of y'all bilingual. Some of y'all can speak different languages and stuff. They was sitting up here researching y'all since y'all were kids. Ask for discernment. Discern. To detect with the eyes to recognize. Real eyes recognize real lies. Always remember that. Real eyes recognize real lies. Real eyes recognize real lies. You seen through these people. Since you were younger, people were doing stuff. It says, I'm toxic. I can con her. So these was exes, handlers and stuff that they put in y'all life. It says marble to mark with small spots. I'm seeing something very significant about a marble crystal that you had. See, you've been into like crystals and certain things. What is which one is marble? I gotta see which crystal is black and white. It's white with black and white specks. I want to say it's that's the crystal that's calling out to y'all. I'm gonna leave it in my description when I think about it, when I see which one it is, because I can't think about it right now. But it's something very significant about investments, the outlay of money from income or profit. Somebody invest in the wrong thing. It says love is what you make it. Yeah, somebody is in love with your leadership because you funded your own mission. It says area code, 3-digit number that identifies each telephone service area in the country. So some of y'all could have changed your numbers or something. People was playing on your phone. These childish folks. It says step aside, step down. People know that they got to step down from certain board members. Gonna have to step down from certain institutions because they were stupid, very dumb, very dull minded. Someone hexed you in October. Mm-hmm. Planning spell work. Someone name could be Corey. Somebody like to play in spell work. Somebody who was too outspoken. These people is fools. Whoever's a part of this dumbass plan. It says reminder. Who are you? It says reminder. Who are you? Be that person. Somebody could be Creole. A person of mix of somebody could be Creole, European and black. Somebody's stepsister, the daughter, a former marriage. Monkey bars. So these was people that y'all grew up with, that y'all used to play in the sandbox with. It says when the shit talking backfire. When the shit talking backfire, collective, evoke to call forth or up. So somebody could have been doing some shit talking, spoke on people, places, and things, speaking on the dead, all types of shit. When all that shit backfire, huh? Somebody gonna end up in the ER. Emergency response. Somebody can work for emergency response, or they just writing checks that they ass can't afford the cash. Okay, it's your passionate. It says passionate. Having a strong sexual desire. People were sending people in to do certain things to you. You don't just talk to know anybody. It says the love is real. Protect your peace. Somebody could be an engineer, a member of a military unit. Someone name could be Rocky. The Rocky Mountains can be significant. Someone name could be Trina. Sensitive about separation. You got Papoose energy. Someone name could be Papoose. A young child of no American Indian parent. This had a whole lot to do with your nationality and background and whatever you identify as, your identity. It says nothing. It says knowing when to leave is the key to opening new doors. So you did the right thing by leaving people, places, and things behind. Someone name could be Diamond. It says influence on others' life. People see. It says people see you and act like they don't. These people is hopeless. They're giving up. Yep. It says hand me down. Used by one person. It says often been used by another. Now people feeling hopeless. It says fixed, established, and not subjected to change because they ain't want to change. And you move solo, collective. You ain't never running packs. You ain't never running packs. You pick your friends like you pick your fruit. One bad apple spoiled a bunch. That's what the old folks used to say. Now these people don't know what to do. When all that shit talking backfire, huh? When all that scamming and shit backfire. When all that projection and illusion, confusion, delusion backfire. Be careful who you speak on. A lot of people know of you. They don't know you. They ain't in your life. You know of people. You don't know people. Some of y'all was called to go on this solo journey. You've been finding yourself. You've been solo. They know of you. They don't know you. It's time for you to reintroduce yourself, and not to these people. Reintroduce yourself to this new world because you made it. And you lead them where they at, where they wanted to gossip and work with people to do smear campaigns to destroy your purpose and lie on you. Leave people where they at. You stay out the way, and I guess that was a problem. You stand to yourself, make lot. I ain't no stand to yourself can make people mad. I see now. You ain't thinking about these folks, but people keep thinking about you. Talking about yesterdays and yesteryears. If you ain't got nothing nice to say about people, just shut up. You shouldn't have to sit and talk about people just to feel a part of something. That feel like that shows you it's something missing within yourself. If the only time you feel a part of something is when you sitting up there gossiping about somebody else. Yeah, you a teacher collective. They didn't want you to be this star. You see, you teaching people a lesson. And you grounded. Whoever you are masculine, you grounded. He out there, his shoes off. Mountains is being moved for you. Yeah, they didn't want you to be this star energy. It could be a karmic um Aquarius energy that never wanted to see you shine. Somebody keep getting some type of advice from their mama, and it's like, no. Whatever they doing, like they keep just doing something. Yeah, you got family and certain people that wanted to take the things that you built. You funded your own purpose. This ain't no snatchies. Clarify this friendship. Clarify this friendship. Yeah. You got friends like that ain't gonna talk about you when you leave the house, lead around, telling all your business. That trust you around their children. That trust you around their family, knowing what you ain't gonna back down. That's real friendship. These friends is on the good upright. They don't mind celebrating you. They ain't trying to bust your bubble, make you feel small, show out in front of you in front of certain people. That's not friends. Friends, how many of them have, what to say, how many of us have them? Let's be friends. Yeah, nobody think, please. I ain't thinking about these folks. They needed to keep those breaths so when they needed them. They probably needed to be resuscitated or something. You ain't giving CPR to old, outdated ass people. No, that been died. We in Scorpio season. Happy birthday, Scorpio. Yeah. People could have been saying you was doing some type of spell work and stuff on them. You're not thinking about these people. If you on your spiritual journey, you sure the hell ain't thinking about them. You trying to get to your higher self so you can hear directly from the Most High. You ain't thinking about these folks. They didn't know when to close chapters. They ain't know how when to close these chapters. Now they drowning, swimming in a sea full of sharks. Now they snaking each other. And you sitting up here in peace. Yep. You in temperance. Yep. You sitting up here in peace. Eating your chocolate. You know it's chocolate. You know it ain't shit. It's real chocolate. It's real chocolate collective. Yeah. You ain't fighting with nobody. And you sure ain't fighting for crumbs. You don't care about who don't celebrate you, who don't like you, why you make people sick. You ain't diagnosing the problem. And they sit up here working with crooked officials and stuff. Yep, and you still gonna shine, collective. You out here with this daughter. Like if somebody, a family member or somebody did something to you because they ain't accept you in their family, they gonna pay for that too. You out here, you're very stable. You stable with this daughter of coins. Somebody could have left you something, and somebody probably didn't want you to have it because they feel as though that was gonna illuminate something. They didn't want you to be seen as this. See, this daughter. This is a family court card. Somebody could have left you something. Somebody could have didn't want you to have it. They worked with a whole community, old friends, was wanting to sacrifice you. Just evil doers. Use their connections, made false statements and certain things on you. Been trying to make your life a living hell since you was a little girl or a young man. You stable. Didn't want you to be in stable relationships. Didn't even want you to have children. You see, you ain't got to sit and chill with everybody. You keep on going. You deserve whatever this is. And somebody felt as though you didn't. That's why they about to go through a Tyra. Someone's name could be Tyra. Tyra, whatever way it just came out. You see, you can tell a lot about a place. Go to their river. You see the old dirty tampons, all types of stuff. These people was dirty. You knew someone clean in the water. They having a tower moment. I'm trying to go up against you. Yeah, see, yeah. Ancestors, look, ancestors got a masculine soul searching. What he was involved in, he didn't really know. He probably didn't know just how deep these people wanted to destroy you. There's an ancestors that's sitting up here like, you got to look at this. You know, he was looking outside himself, like you had to soul search and see that all this was about taking this feminine energy down. They wanted to end this feminine energy. Somebody ancestors had to come and sit them down so they could see something clear. What all this was about. This feminine. To take this feminine out. To throw this feminine energy off her path. Yep. Yep. Strength. And look, she got her strength. You connected with this feminine energy. They did everything to take this feminine down. All the backhanded plays that they was put in the back, the group chats, everything. All of this was to take this feminine down, to take the feminine down. That's why this masculine energy was getting attacked also. Because they all was out for this one feminine energy to weaken this feminine energy. But this feminine energy is strong. You see? So many betrayals. Since she was young. And I kept saying that in my old messages, like somebody had to see something, like some of y'all going through that. Y'all had to get walked through different times of your life. Like the ghost from Christmas past, stuff like that. When you see, certain things in your life, I feel like this is an ancestor had to come and show this masculine something. Just how much betrayal that this feminine energy went through. And she's still strong. Like before you judge people, get to know people. Ain't nobody betting on who was hurt the most and certain things like that. But before you go and try to see certain things, go and see where certain people upbringings. Go see certain things. Ask people certain things. Ask that person. Because you would be surprised how many people come up against one for no apparent reason. Yeah. This is why y'all out here on this solo journey and you celebrating yourself. You left it all behind. You see, some people just walked away. It ain't because you weak. You just ain't got time for it. You left everything behind. You see, she walking, she just left it all there. Let them sort it out. But that's what I got for y'all collective. Remember, take what resonate, leave or don't. Don't try to make nothing fit into your space that don't, okay? These was not personal readings, so don't be trying to let it marinate, all right? Let it go, okay? Remember, the things that you can change, walk towards change. The things that you can't, ask for serenity. If you was in the closet and you're scared to come down, I hope I can catch you next time, all right? And I hope everybody leave here better than you came. Peace.